Hello students. Continue with chapter 4, that is human development. In today's session we will be covering brief overview of different developmental stages, and we will be also discussing about first two stages of human life, that is prenatal period and infancy. But before we begin with the stages, let's do a quick recap. We already know by now that development is a process by which an individual grows and changes throughout the life cycle, and it follows a pattern, is progressive, orderly, and predictable, and it is lifelong. You must have observed that children of different age groups they behave differently. Have you ever thought of its reason? The reason is that they belong to different age group and different stages. So partly the variations are due to different stages. Let's try to understand this in simpler words. First thing is to remember that human life proceeds through different stages. A child who is of 5 years of age today, after 10 years, he is going to behave differently from now. His experiences will grow, he will be physically much stronger, his mental capacities too will develop, and he will interact more with peers, neighbors, and form new bonds and relationships. The lifespan development is organized into different stages based on age. Second important thing to remember is that each stage has its own unique features, a dominant feature, and the child must achieve that special ability or feature before he moves on to the next stage. Third point is that it is important to remember that certain patterns of behavior and certain skills are learned more easily and successfully during certain stages, and accomplishing these becomes the social expectations of that particular stage, and they are known as developmental tasks. Let's have a brief overview of different stages of development. The stages are, the first one is prenatal stage, and the time period for this is from conception to birth. Second stage is that of infancy, and that is from birth to 2 years. Third stage is that of childhood, and in this we have two substages, early childhood and middle and late childhood. Early childhood is from 2 to 6 years, and middle and late childhood is from 6 to 11 years. Next and the fourth stage is that of adolescence, and that is from 11 to 18 years. The next stage is that of early adulthood, and that is from late teens to early 30s. After that we have late adulthood from approximately 35 years till 60 year, and then old age from 60s until death. Today we will talk about main features of prenatal stage and infancy. So let's first start with prenatal stage. That is the period from conception to birth. It is known as prenatal period, and it lasts for approximately 40 weeks. We have already discussed that both genetic factors and environmental factors greatly influence development. As the developing fetus is completely dependent on the mother for life, it is important that mother receives prenatal care, medical care, and monitors her health. Prenatal development is affected by some of the factors. Let's talk about them. First is related to maternal characteristics, and it includes mother's age, nutritional and emotional state. Disease or infection carried by the mother can adversely affect prenatal development. For example, rubella, that is German measles, and HIV, that is human immunodeficiency virus. They are believed to cause genetic problems in the newborn. So, we can say that the food mother eats, the drugs she takes, the illness she suffers, the radiation she receives, even the emotion she feels, all can affect the baby's development in the womb. Some studies have shown that maternal malnutrition may affect not only the size of infant but also the development of systems such as immune system or the brain. Another factor that can seriously this is maternal drug intake or teratogens. Teratogens are agents or substances that can produce developmental malformations, serious abnormalities, or at times even death. Common teratogens they include drugs, infections, radiations, and pollution. Intake of drugs like cocaine, heroin, alcohol, tobacco by women during pregnancy may increase frequency of congenital abnormalities and also can have harmful effects. Example of this is a mother's ingestion of alcohol during pregnancy can produce fetal alcohol syndrome where a complex of birth defects including retardation, lower birth weight and distinct facial features like widely spaced eyes, small head, and flattened nose. Teratogens do not always harm the fetus, but they are more likely to do so when they occur in large amounts for longer time period and during the most sensitive phase, and that is very early in the pregnancy. Cigarette smoking, for example, it reduces the blood oxygen for both the mother and the child, and it can cause a fetus to be born severely underweight. The environment in which mother lives also have a major impact on fetus. Pollutants and toxic wastes like carbon monoxide, mercury and lead, they are sources of danger for the unborn child. Radiations such as X-rays and certain chemicals near industrial areas, they can also cause permanent change in the genes. The next development stage is that of infancy. Infancy is the developmental period from 0 to 2 years, that is from birth to 24 months of age. When babies are born, they are not just helpless creatures. They do have many innate abilities that are present right from the birth. They possess motor reflexes such as sucking reflex and grasping reflex. Newborns can also hear, smell, touch, taste, and see. These sensory abilities develop quickly later on. Just before birth, newborns have most of the brain cells and the neural connections among them develop rapidly. Newborns are born with survival reflexes, each providing an ability that help them to survive their first few months of life, and they also learn new routines, experiences, and that further help them to survive in and manipulate their environment. A newborn can breathe, suck, swallow, and discharge bodily waste. In their first week of life, they are able to indicate what direction a sound is coming from. They can also distinguish their mother's voice from the voice of other women. They can also imitate simple gestures like tongue protrusion and mouth opening. Physical development is very rapid during infancy. During infancy, the babies they have automatic built-in responses called reflexes. Some reflexes like coughing, blinking and yawning, they persist throughout their lives, while others they disappears as brain functions mature and voluntary control over behavior starts developing. With brain developing, physical development also progresses. Muscles and nervous system they also mature that further lead to the development of fine motor skills and gross motor skills. Fine motor skills they involve movement of small muscle groups. Examples of this can be reaching and grasping, picking up an object and holding it. Gross motor skills they involve larger parts of the body or the movement of whole body or large muscles. Examples of this can be crawling, sitting, standing, walking. Let's now talk about the sensory abilities of infants. Let's first take up vision. Vision of a newborn is lower than that of adult. But with time, neural pathways between eye and brain, they build up, and so by 6 months it improves, and by the end of first year, newborn's vision is almost same as that of adult, that is 20 by 20. Infants are color deficient. They might distinguish between red and white, but full color vision develops by the age of 3 months. Let's now talk about infants' sense of hearing. Newborns can immediately hear after birth. They are sensitive to the frequencies of sounds of human speech. They prefer their mother's voices over another female. Touch and pain. Immediately after birth, a newborn is sensitive to touch and temperature and is also highly sensitive to pain. They also have the capacities to smell and taste. Let's now talk about the cognitive development. Infants, they explore their environment and experience their world through senses. They look, hear, touch and hold objects. They interact with the people around them. Piaget called this stage as sensory motor stage. At first, they exclusively use their reflexes, then engage in behavior that accidentally produce specific results, then repeat behavior to obtain the same effect. They start exploring environment and gradually, purposefully they carry out goal-directed behavior. Object permanence or the knowledge that out of sight objects they still exist may begin to appear at about 9 months. Initially they have no object permanence, then they have partial object permanence, and then they have complete object permanence. You can understand this better with an example. If you show a toy to a 3 or 4 month old baby and after showing, if you hide it, he will not look for it as he has yet not developed the concept of object permanence. For him, the object no longer exists. But between 4 to 8 months, he has partial object permanence, and between 8 to 12 months, he will look for object at its first hiding place, and between 18 months to 24 months, the concept of object permanence is fully developed. He can now understand that object exists even if it is not there and look for it. Now let's talk about language development. The basis of verbal communication seems to be present in infant. At first, babies, they use gestures and their body to communicate, and when they start with cooing and babbling, towards the end of the sensory motor stage, infants begins to use words to communicate. Now let's talk about socio-emotional development. Babies who are well looked after, they learn to trust that world is a safe place to live in. Loving relationships, they provide them a sense of comfort, safety and confidence. Between 6 months to 12 months, they also experience stranger anxiety and separation anxiety. Researchers have shown that children who are deprived of constant love and affection, they may not develop the ability to bond properly, both socially and emotionally. An infant prefers familiar faces and responds to parents by cooing and gurgling. The close emotional bonds of affection that develops between infants and their caregivers is called attachment. And in a study done by Harlow and Harlow, baby monkeys, they were separated from their mothers approximately 8 hours after birth. The baby monkeys were placed in experimental chambers and reared for 6 months by surrogate, that is substitute mothers. One made of wire and other one was made up of cloth. Regardless of whether they were fed by the wire or the cloth mother, the baby monkeys, they showed a preference for the cloth mother and spent a lot more time with her. This study clearly demonstrates that providing nourishment or feeding was not crucial for attachment, and contact comfort is much more important. So today in brief we have discussed about different stages. We also discussed in detail prenatal development and infancy. I hope the stages are clear to you. Thanks for watching.